Hi, this is Bethany Gagne, founder of the Albany Peace Project, and today I'm here with Ray Crist, who owns a yoga school called the Jaguar Path, but it's different than most yoga schools. Ray, can you tell people about your unique yoga school?
The Jaguar Path is a training in yoga and healing, energy healing. The Jaguar Path is a Yoga Alliance certified school, but it offers two certificates. Certificate in teaching yoga and in energy healing.
Can you tell people a little bit about your unique approach to energy healing?
Well, my story started a little bit further back. In 2002 I was diagnosed with cancer, and I was given a few months to live. At the time I was living in Athens, Greece. I decided that I was not going to follow the doctor's advice to go into surgery. I began to travel the world and met with indigenous healers from different parts of the world. I really hit home when I arrived in Peru. And until today I'm in Peru at least twice a year, and I work with amazing healers there. Through my process with working with them and practicing yoga and becoming a yoga teacher, I realized that yoga and the healers, the Inca healers, are basically talking about the same ideas. If you want, how do I change my mind, if you want? And how do I change what may bring me to disease? 3 years later, in 2005, to give credit to Western medicine also, I did have a surgery in the National Institute of Health. But the essence of my healing, I really believe and know, was the fact that I changed my lifestyle. I changed the way I think. I changed what I do in my everyday life, what I do on my weekends. I realized that on one hand we can really prevent surgeries and prevent taking medicine, chemical medicine, if we do yoga, if we do have a good diet. But on the other hand, of course, it goes without saying that there are some times that Western medicine will step in and save a person's life. So there's a place for everything.
Right.
But many times, even after a surgery, we see the people go back to the illness, that will come back to them. So it is essential to change basic things in life.
Right.
What we eat, how we live, and bring in some sort of practice. And if that's not yoga, it could be Tai Chi, it could be some sort of practice that really allows the body to open.
So earlier you were talking about this idea of you recognized that you had to kind of become somebody else. You had to kind of change your patterning, so to speak, right? As you healed. Can you talk more about that? And maybe about how this type of work facilitates that? Absolutely.
We live under a sense of what is around us. We live with what I call common sense. But sometimes that's not enough. The schools of yoga or the understanding of indigenous healers provide with us ideas and archetypes and ways of thinking that in many ways is an upgrade. I think our brain is like the hardware, and the ideas that we carry in our mind are the software. So modern society, which I love, technology I love, being in the modern world I love, still offers us that much. There's ways, or there's what we learn many times can really close us up in a box or in a specific identity. When we tap into these ancient schools of yoga or ancient schools of indigenous healing, we can download new ideas, ancient, yet new to us ideas of way of thinking. And that plays a huge role in what happens in our body. See, our minds and what we think will either drive us into a healthy place and state, or in many cases will drive us, and that's part of the brain that's called the amygdala, where we'll be living in fight or flight. And that will really shift our whole endocrine system.
Wow.
And if the endocrine system is off, if our glands are off balance, then our emotions are off balance, then our decisions are off balance, we're definitely headed towards a place of dis-ease. When we can find a school or a way or a new way of thinking, again tapping into ancient archetypes, then we have the ability to take ourselves out of the amygdala if you want, the ancient mammalian brain, and come forward to our prefrontal cortex. You know, people talk about the third eye. In essence, we were talking about the prefrontal cortex, the newest brain that we have, that we received the last 10,000 years. And this is the goal of almost any school of healing, and the goal of meditation is, how do I come out of my amygdala, how do I come out to the state that I'm either going to fight or flight, and how do I come into the front brain, which essentially is the place where compassion, love, empathy, peace lives. And when we are able to live more and more in the neocortex, in the prefrontal cortex, in this state of compassion, love, empathy, where intuition is awakened, where balance is, then our whole endocrine system comes into that place. And our system, our whole body finds ease and health. And
that's what you attribute your healing to, right? I know you had the surgery, but you're saying that you didn't go back to the old illness. You attribute it to your study of healers and your study of these upgrades of a way to think to keep you going forward out of that state, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that if I returned to my previous lifestyle, I would just have cancer reoccurring.
Interesting.
Coming back.
Right.
The fact that I changed everything that I do and the way I eat and the way I live, clearing out, eating more organic, being more conscious of what I do, where I spend my time, bringing in meditation, bringing in daily yoga practice. It absolutely is what made the difference.
Wow, wow. So in your school you're able to teach both of these ideas simultaneously, right? So they're learning obviously traditional yoga, but also these very kind of indigenous healing practices that aren't very well known to the West, correct?
Correct, yeah. On one hand, through the training you get a Yoga Alliance 200-hour teacher certificate, and you also get a certification of an energy healer, where essentially you receive 20 tools that you can work with to help assist others in their healing process and empowerment.
Excellent, excellent. And you also said that you're bringing healers here as well, right, to the Kripalu Institute in June, did you say?
Absolutely, yes. This June 19th to 24th, I will bring one of my teachers, Don Sebastian. He is a Q'ero healer, come from the Andes, the village Q'ero, from 16,500 feet. It's a wonderful tradition. One of the most important things that I've learned from their tribe, if you want, is the respect for earth and the affection that is necessary to be spread throughout the family and throughout the neighborhood and community. Really one of the biggest gifts I've received from them is understanding how to open my heart to affection and really share it with others.
Oh, nice, nice. And hopefully maybe in your meditation for today, the Albany Peace Project, we can tap into that.
Absolutely.
That would be really great. And then also, what was the other thing? Oh, you've got trips to Peru. You take people into the jungle to work with healers, and right?
Yes, May 1st to May 11th, 2016. 11 days through the Sacred Valley and down 4 days into the jungle. It's an amazing journey of not only a different place, and Machu Picchu being a breathtaking place, but the Sacred Valley is in many ways sacred. Just being there, one feels it, and the culture and the people. And it's a well-balanced trip between easy yoga in the morning, going to different ancient sites every day, working with indigenous healers, and also some playtime in the evening for eating out and just seeing the colorful markets and the culture of modern Peru.
Oh, fun. So what's your website so people can find out about these trips?
Jaguarpath.com.
Jaguarpath.com. Okay, Ray, thank you so much for taking the trip out. And
thank you.
Very much appreciate it. Thank you.
It's an honor.
Absolutely. Thank you.